In fact, the stories in fairy tales are all lies. The prince turned out to be a scumbag. Cinderella was a scheming girl. Little Red Riding Hood likes to eat bully food. If fairy tales turned out to be like this, then would you still be interested? Legend has it that there was an old man who always liked to steal vegetables from other people's houses and stole a few magic beans along the way. This was a big trouble. The witch, who relied on the magic beans to keep her beauty, instantly became an old and ugly witch due to the loss of the magic beans. The witch was so angry that she put a curse on the old man's son so that he couldn't have children, and to lift this curse helped the witch get together four things. They were a cloak as red as blood, a cow as white as milk, hair as yellow as corn husks, and high heels as pure as gold. Hearing that it would enable them to have children, the couple hurriedly packed their things. The wife fished 6 peas out of the pocket of his father's shirt toward the depths of that forest, unbeknownst to him. It was those peas that led to the series of troubles that followed. The scene changes and Cinderella walks deeper into the forest in order to get a dress for the prince's ball. This Little Red Riding Hood, who is eating bully food in the bakery, has to go to her grandmother's house with a basket of unpaid bread. Meanwhile, a little boy named Jack is also going to the forest to sell the cow that doesn't give milk. Just like that, a group of people are about to meet in the forest. The couple meets Little Red Riding Hood just as they enter the forest. The baker immediately snatches her cloak. Little Red Riding Hood launches a direct sonic attack and kicks him in the face. When they arrive at Grandma's house, the big bad wolf has already eaten Grandma by now. Little Red Riding Hood is also eaten in her stomach. The baker, who had been following her, heard the commotion and went in to see this big bad wolf whimpering away. So he cut open his belly and rescued Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother. To show her gratitude, Little Red Riding Hood gave the baker her red cloak. Just as the couple was about to look for their next item, they happened to see the little boy with the cow. They looked at each other and knew they had no money to buy the cow, so they lied that it was a few beans with magic and got the second item without any problems. However, they didn't know that these tiny beans did have powerful magic. Cinderella didn't think she could really meet the god tree. She hurriedly closed her eyes and made a wish. In a flash, a gale of wind rose up and she was transformed into a richly dressed celebrity, wearing golden high heels. Cinderella could finally go to the prince's ball. Meanwhile, a prince on a white horse was surprised to see this scene deep in the forest. A beautiful woman with a big long braid was using her long hair to pull the old hag from the ground right up to the castle. With that, the two princes each told the other about the woman they had just met. Turns out they are blood brothers, and it just so happened that their chatter was overheard by the baker's wife. The woman sneaks up to the high tower where Rapunzel lives, and follows the prince's code word to trick the girl into throwing her hair. Then with the force, she pulls down a long section of hair straight away. The third item arrived without incident, and now all that was left were the high heels. Do you think that in the fairy tale, Cinderella's high heels really fell off unintentionally? Too naive. It was actually left by Cinderella on purpose. Cinderella ran away halfway through the ball and deliberately stuck one of her shoes on the asphalt. Since she had already aroused the prince's interest, the pair of high heels had served her purpose. So she handed over the other high heel to this woman who was begging for it. Finally, the woman got her fourth item. The couple who had collected all 4 items found the witch. They gave the high-heeled shoes and the red cloak to the cow to eat. Instantly, the cow, which had not produced milk for many years, produced milk. After the old witch drank the milk, her rough skin also slowly recovered to when she was 18 years old in the gusty wind, and that's when the woman's stomach bulged instantly as if it had been blown up. The spell of the witch and the baker was finally lifted. The couple gave birth to a child as they wished. Cinderella also married the prince as she wished, but never expected is that before he exchanged out a few magic beans but let all this produced a radical change.